but a son, and if a son, then an heir through God. Galatians 4:7. But a son, and if a son, then an heir through God. Amen. So you are no longer a slave, but a son, and if a son, then an heir through God. Galatians chapter 4:7. Amen.
Now it's usual story time.
Heavenly Father, I remember now that Jesus told disciples not to go to the children to come to Him.
Esther, what do you sing? Heavenly Father?
I've sung this before, but
Metul.
Your sister.
Yeah, Keolani. Yeah.
So how long did she stay?
I'm not sure. I think 1 more week or 2 more.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Did you have a good week?
beautiful and wonderful face. And the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. This is what Mary did. She turned her eyes on Jesus. Not to the Pharisee, not to Simon, not to the other disciples, not to those who were angry at her. She turned her eyes, she focused her eyes on Jesus. And looked full in His wonderful face. And when she looked at His face, all the worldly things, all the concerns, all the criticisms were dim. They grew strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace.
Amen.
The conclusion for this third sinner, sinner number 3, Matthew 26:13. Jesus says, when people are criticizing her, He says, "Assuredly, I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her." Isn't this amazing?
Amen.
Wherever this gospel is preached, all throughout the world, throughout centuries, throughout generations, her actions will be remembered. Same story at the end. Jesus says, your sins are forgiven.
Amen.
Your sins are forgiven. Mary was near the cross. Mary was at the tomb. She was one of the first ones running to the tomb. She was one of the first ones to proclaim that Jesus has risen.
Amen.
Happy ending, amen?
Amen.
3 sinners. Simon, who pretended to be righteous, looked at. Judas, who pretended to be a true disciple, looked at the worldly treasures. Mary, who once was a great sinner, and now forgiven, looked at her Savior.
Amen.
Notice what Sister White says. Jesus knows the circumstances of every soul. You may say, I am sinful, very sinful. You may be, but the worse you are, the more you need Christ.
Amen.
The worse you are, the more you need Christ. More sinners in our church. More people that need Christ. She goes on, freely will He pardon all that come to Him for forgiveness and restoration. Let me ask you a question. Who's the tallest in our church? For information, I'm 182. That includes my hair. So, to be exact, it's 178.9. Any other taller people in our church? George. How tall are you, George? 185, all right. Anyone challenge George? All right, the tallest one. The one that's closest to heaven in our church? I remember. Oh, Dylan says no, don't. Okay, not yet. He's growing, but not yet. I remember a student, when I was in SDA language school, a student came, she's from Mongolia, and we were all just surprised and shocked. She was 226. And we were trying to find the right chairs and right equipment for her to study English. And I asked her, how about your family? How tall are they? And she kind of laughed and smiled, and she said, I'm the shortest one. My family, 226. Any of you recognize this building? Dubai?
Dubai. Hong Kong.
This building, you can see from all over Seoul. The tallest building in Korea that just finished about 4 months ago.
두바이 같다.
Bell Tower,
와,
something.
555.
Right? The height is 555 meters. It's almost 300 times taller than George. The world's 5th tallest building is the Tower of Babel in Seoul. You can see it from everywhere when you drive. 123 floors. It has the fastest elevator in the world.
와,
It goes up from the bottom to top in 1 minute.
와,
Fastest elevator in the world.
와. 한번
It has the
가봐요.
world's highest swimming pool. Way up there. It has a concert hall that could seat 2,000 people.
와,
555 meters. Is this tall?
예,
Let me take you. Same place. 4 months ago they had this grand opening ceremony and they had this big fireworks
와,
in this building. It
대단하다.
lasted 11 minutes.
와,
30 tons of fireworks.
와,
You know how
대단하다.
much it cost? 11
Wow.
minutes of fireworks, $3.5 million.
와,
40억 for this 11-minute fireworks.
아이고야.
They say that if a person, a regular worker, doesn't spend any money and earns for 100 years, doesn't spend a penny, he could earn this much. Maybe. $3.5 million for this fireworks. Let's go higher. The tallest building in the world. Where is this?
두바이.
Dubai. It's called
와,
Burj Khalifa, right? Tallest in Korea is 555 meters. This is 828 meters. Is this tall enough?
예,
Let's go taller. Let's go higher.
대단하다. 쬐끔했네.
There may be some other opinions and contradictions, but highest mountain in the world, Everest, 8,848 meters. We go higher and higher and higher. 8,848 meters. How about let's go deeper? The deepest sea in the world.
in the world.
Mariana Trench. I
Mariana
hear some
Trench.
answers here. 10,000. It's
와, 대단하다.
more than 10,000 meters. Here's a great island of Palau where Blah is from.
Philippines,
Next to
Mariana
Philippines.
Trench.
Guam, which is in the news all throughout a couple of weeks. Mariana Trench. And in this trench, there's the Challenger Deep, 10,971 meters deep. Mount Everest could fit in there, still have 2 kilometers left. Deep, huh?
예. Deep. 메토. 마리아나.
Here's George. Here's Burj Khalifa, the tallest building. Here's Mount Everest, 8,848. Mariana Trench, Challenger Deep, over 10,000 meters deep. And the reason why I say this is connected with forgiveness.
아멘.
God's forgiveness is not something shallow.
아멘.
It's not something that we can all do to each other. His forgiveness is completely different and
아멘.
deeper than we think.
아멘. 아멘.
For the kids, let me introduce this verse. All the kids, let's read this together. It's in Micah 7:19. Ready? Go.
You will again have compassion on us. You will tread our sins underfoot and hurl all our iniquities into the depth of the sea. Amen.
The forgiveness that Mary received
My God. Amen.
that day.
Amen.
Iniquities that was hurled into the depths of the sea.
Amen.
Please help me out here, all the adults. Isaiah 1:18. Though your sins are like scarlet, I will make them as white as snow. And it goes on. What is it?
Amen.
Though they are like
like
red like
red like
crimson,
crimson,
they will
they
be
will be white as wool.
a wool.
Black wool.
The
Amen.
conclusion of the story. Jesus says to Mary, Luke chapter 7 verses 50. Your faith has saved you.
Saved you. Go,
Go in
in
peace.
peace. Amen.
Go in peace.
Amen.
Let me finish this morning with this question. Where are we looking this morning? Who are we looking and what are we looking at? Selective attention. Are we looking at others? Oh, he's a greater sinner than myself. Are we looking at this worldly treasures like Judas? Or are we focusing? Are we turning our eyes on Jesus Christ
Amen.
in our daily lives? I pray and hope that we turn our eyes upon Jesus because He gave us everything.
Amen.
Because His forgiveness, His sacrifice, it's just, you cannot even imagine. You cannot
Amen.
comprehend His love toward us.
Amen.
So to answer to His love, to answer to His sacrifice, let us turn our eyes upon Jesus.
Amen.
Our closing song this morning would be
Soon are you weary and